This is your WLAK Daily News Roundup for Lake Air, 107.5 FM and 1260 AM in Amory.
Civic Media News, I'm Terry Bell. Here's what Wisconsin needs to know. Wisconsin Assembly Speaker Robin Vos offers a blunt assessment to the effort to recall him from office.
The people who organize this are so out of touch with reality, and I'm just going to keep saying it over and over again, they are morons.
Vos is sounding confident the recall effort against him will not only fail, but is probably illegal, too.
In Wisconsin, if you're a felon, you're not allowed to circulate. Well, they brought in people from out of state who are felons, so they're not allowed to circulate. So they broke the law in Wisconsin. Whatever the DA does with that, or Josh Collar, whoever it is, that's up to them.
The state Supreme Court will decide if there'll be a recall. A pair of audits show about 3/4 of workspaces in state office buildings are empty as many as 5 days a week. A panel of state lawmakers pressed leaders from the Department of Administration and the universities of Wisconsin about their work-from-home policies. State Representative Bob Whitkey says the state has invested billions of dollars in office space. He questions why it should go unused. Wisconsin is giving out about $4 million in grants to help employers train thousands of workers in construction, healthcare, manufacturing, and transportation jobs. 22 companies are using the money from the Department of Workforce Development's Wisconsin Fast Forward program to train more than 2,000 people. Wisconsin is eligible for up to $30 million in federal money for high-speed internet in underserved areas. It would be a boon to rural communities where the population is getting older.
At least 15% of people 50 plus in Wisconsin are not connected because the wires simply don't come to their house, or they don't have a device, or they don't know how to use it.
Martha Cranley is with AARP Wisconsin. There's a death investigation at Devil's Lake State Park. The Department of Natural Resources says the body found this week is not James Yablonsky, the teenager who disappeared in the area last summer. The DNR says the person who died registered a campsite and was found dead there. Wardens say there's no sign of foul play and there's no threat to the public. Wisconsin's favorite game show contestant finished second in the Jeopardy! Tournament of Champions finals. Ben Chan is a philosophy professor at St. Norbert College in De Pere. He won 5 games against 26 other former Jeopardy! Champions. I'm Terry Bell, Civic Media News. Now here's what you need to know closer to home.
For WLAK News, I'm James Kelly. The Superior School Board has finalized its decision to lay off 25 teachers this year. At their Monday night meeting, the layoffs got their final approval, and final notices will be going out to the teachers who have been laid off this week. School officials cited declining enrollment and the expiration of pandemic-era funding as the main reasons for the layoffs have become necessary. Rising inflation also played a role in the decision. A number of other districts in Wisconsin have faced similar problems with enrollment and funding. One Prevea clinic in the Chippewa Valley may remain open thanks to Rusk County. Officials say the county is working to buy the Prevea clinic in Ladysmith from HSHS, which it plans to rent out to Oakleaf Medical Network. The clinic is slated to close in about a month, along with a number of other facilities and 2 hospitals. Oakleaf Medical Network has been exploring the possibility of turning the 2 hospital properties in Eau Claire and Chippewa Falls, which will close this week, into independent community hospitals. School resource officers are expected to return to St. Louis County schools in the near future. According to a Northern News Now report, an adjustment regarding the ability of school resource officers to use reasonable force was signed into law last week, which has quelled fears from the St. Louis County Sheriff's Office that forced them to pause the school resource officer program. The new law requires additional training for school resource officers, so they likely won't be returning to schools until next school year. Ashland residents are coming together in an effort to save Northland College. The school announced last week that it needs $12 million by April 3rd, or it would be forced to close at the end of the spring semester. The Ashland Parks and Recreation Department is hosting a party and fundraiser for the college on Friday, with the entry fees going to Northland College. The fundraisers will have carnival games, a silent auction, and food. It will be free for students and faculty to attend, and $5 for everyone else. A world-famous band will take their talents to Duluth this summer. According to Duluth Entertainment Convention Center officials, the Bare Naked Ladies will be performing at Symphony Hall in November with Toad the Wet Sprocket. The band has been performing for 35 years to great commercial success, with over 15 million records sold and a few Juno Awards and Grammy nominations. Tickets for the show are set to go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. with prices starting at about $40. They can be purchased online. The Superior Public Library has announced a new service for community members in need. According to a Fox 21 report, the library will host a Community Resource Connection event twice a week for members of the public to stop by and ask questions. Residents will be able to ask about things like employment opportunities, housing, and food, and a specialist will provide those answers free of charge. The Community Resource Connection sessions will take place on Mondays from 1 to 3 and Wednesdays from 10 to noon. State officials are working on a new plan to keep internet access affordable for many Wisconsinites. The Affordable Connectivity Program that has helped cut internet prices for many residents is set to end in April due to a lack of funding, so state officials have proposed the Digital Equity Program. A start date for the program has not been announced as it awaits the release of federal funding, but once enacted, it will focus on internet affordability and getting Wisconsinites, particularly in rural areas, more reliable internet access. Duluth first responders have come up with a fun way to promote blood drives in the area. According to a Northern News Now report, the Duluth Police Department, Fire Department, and Mayo Clinic Ambulance Services will be competing in the first Battle of the Badges blood drive competition. Officials see it as a way to get more residents out to donate much-needed blood and promote the relationship between the organizations in a fun way. The drive will be held on April 17th at the Mayo Clinic Ambulance Service. And that's what you need to know. For WLAK News, I'm James Kelly.
The Bucks with a battle in Beantown. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. Tonight it's the Bucks and first place Celtics in Boston. Chris Middleton back for his second game after missing over a month with a sprained left ankle. Middleton on what he's being asked to do by Bucks head coach Doc Rivers.
I try to be a coach in the floor at times with, pinning guys in certain spots and running certain things just to get a different flow or try to take control of the game.
Men's college basketball, the Wisconsin Badgers on their way to New York, where they'll play James Madison University at the Barclays Center, home of the Brooklyn Nets, for their first game in the NCAA tournament. The tip-off time, 8:40 Central, 9:40 on the East Coast. Any concern about the players adjusting to the late start? Badgers head coach Greg Gard.
They'll be up bouncing around anyway. They're going to watch 3 days of games before it's our game day, so these guys would be ready to play, whether it was maybe not 6 a.m., but I don't know how many of them are early risers, but we'll adjust. It's nothing different than how we played through all the year with the different TV times.
Marquette plays Friday afternoon at the same arena. Baseball, the Brewers with another win in spring training, this time 8-5 over the Guardians. Willie Adames with a home run. The Crew with a 4-game winning streak host the Giants tomorrow night. Men's college hockey, Wisconsin's Kyle McLennan named goaltender of the year by the Big Ten, one of 5 Badger players recognized by the conference. College football, a report in the Wisconsin State Journal says that the Badgers are actively recruiting over 22 offensive players to come to Madison. That includes Darian Dupree, a running back out of Mount Carmel High, the Illinois State champions the past 2 years.
I love Wisconsin.
Why did you commit to Wisconsin?
Why not go there, Coach Fickle is a great coach, I love Coach Fickle. I started to like them before the new staff, but the new staff came over there. It just really pushed me forward to go there. I just love Wisconsin.
That's running back Darian Dupree. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Reba McEntire did not call Taylor Swift an entitled little brat. This is according to Reba McEntire. The country singer who sang the national anthem at this year's Super Bowl responded to a meme posted on Facebook by a group called America Loves Liberty that claims Reba criticized Swift for goofing off during McEntire's performance. McEntire said, "Please don't believe everything you read," then praised Swift profusely. A quick fact check revealed that Swift was actually standing with her hand over her heart during the anthem. For what it's worth, the group America Loves Liberty misspelled McEntire's name. Fans of the Electric Light Orchestra, also known as ELO, have one last chance to see their rock and roll heroes live. The New York Post reports that Jeff Lynne's classical music-inspired band will tour August through October this year. Tickets on Ticketmaster go on sale Friday, March 22nd, or if you want to wait, you can purchase them from a broker for 7,000 times the face value. If you like a good old-fashioned cold case mystery, American Conspiracy, The Octopus Murders might be right up your alley. The documentary revisits the case of Danny Casolaro, who was investigating a vast global conspiracy before ending up dead in his hotel bathtub in 1991. The Netflix miniseries is reviewing well with critics, but viewers appear split down the middle. I'm enjoying it immensely. Well, it's finally happened. A reality show and a scripted series are crossing over. Deadline is announcing that ABC will have The Bachelor and 911 share a storyline. 911 actor Oliver Stark says it won't be a huge spectacle, but it will be a really fun emergency. Yeah, tell that to the actors who are pretending to be near death. This is very risky, not because people will wonder which show is actually fake. I mean, they both are. But if I were The Bachelor, I'd be awfully careful. Women love firefighters. Lando Calrissian fans might have something to look forward to. Donald Glover told Variety he is working with Lucasfilm to turn the Disney Plus series Lando into a movie. Glover played young Calrissian in 2018's Solo, which underwhelmed at the box office. So naturally, they're going to make a film centered around an even lesser-known character, hoping for success. If you're wondering if the original Lando, played by Billy D. Williams, is supportive of the talented young Glover taking over the role, he is. Sort of. Yahoo Entertainment reports that Williams, 86, says the two had lunch together recently in LA, and he says Glover is a delightful young man and extremely talented, but went on to claim he created the Lando character, telling the media, when it comes to Lando Calrissian, there's only one Lando Calrissian, Billy D. Williams. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, every night between 7 and 9 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Mostly sunny and cooler today. We'll get to 31 this afternoon with wind northwest at 10 to 20. Tonight, 17. Tomorrow, cloudy. 37. Snow possible tomorrow night into Friday morning. Could be a couple of inches, maybe up to 3 in a few spots by the time it winds down early Friday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Right now, it's 14.
That's your WLAK Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at lakeair.radio.